Swamiji, can you... yes, Swamiji, now you can start.
Or Namaste, everybody. Welcome to the webinar. Special namaskar to Ranjan Das ji. For the third or fourth time, he is presenting a webinar under the banner of Powai Forum. Every time before, people very much appreciated his presentations. I am sure it will be so this evening also, evening in India and morning in the West. And I am very happy to say that Ranjan ji, whom I know from 1993, in other words, for 31 years, we have a wonderful relationship, a friendship, and are journeying together in Vedanta. He has been interested, great taste for all these works, both for the philosophy and for the Sanskrit language. And in this webinar, he will share with us some of his reflections on how meditation is presented in Viveka Chudamani. What a great meditation and what a great text also to draw from. So both together, a great text and a great talk will, in all likelihood, enrich all of us who are going to watch this webinar, listen to Ranjan ji with a lot of warmth, and on behalf of all who are here, I heartily welcome Shri Ranjan Das. Thank him for the coming forward and request him now to share his thoughts on meditation as in Viveka Chudamani. Hari Om.
Namaskar. Namaskar, Swamiji. Pranam. Namaskar to everybody. As said, this is good morning in West, good evening in India. And I will do something a little differently this time, Swamiji, if it is okay with you. I'll divide this into three parts. First part will be general comments on meditation, myths versus what is meditation. Then I will follow with how it is addressed in Shankara's Viveka Chudamani. That's the main topic. And finally, I thought we'll actually experience it. We'll have a little small session where we'll go through together on meditation in daily life. What does it feel like? So that will complete the whole journey. With that, I begin. Meditation and yoga are two words. They're highly overused and abused. Particularly in the West, yoga, they call it, is yoga. Yoga is just the asana part. If you think of Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, which has got 8 limbs, Ashtanga Yoga, the fourth step is, the third step is Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama. Then you have Pratyahara, you have Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. These are the 8 steps, 8 limbs. But here, most of the people think yoga is just the asana part. And similarly, meditation is also mostly misunderstood. And just to complete the talk, the point on yoga, if you look at 4,000 years ago, a great scientist called Patanjali, Rishi Patanjali, wrote the Yoga Sutra, and his first 2 lines are Atho Yoganusasanam, but second line is Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha. What is yoga? Yoga is union of who to whom, you to the divine. That happens when you prevent, you stop the vrittis of the chitta, which is the wanderings of the mind, the thoughts in the mind. When we prevent that, we stop that, we achieve the union with the divine. And then he goes, tada drastu swarupe avasthanam. Then you abide in your true self, true nature. That's how he starts the Yoga Sutra Patanjali. Going back to meditation, again, meditation is mostly misunderstood. Meditation, we think sitting quietly with closed eyes is meditation. No, that's not meditation. That is sitting quietly. Then there is a sound meditation, light meditation, sky meditation. If you go to YouTube, you'll be surprised to see all kinds of varieties of what we call meditation. Meditation is not worship, it is not japa, it is not karma, upasana. None of this is meditation. The true definition of meditation is effortless awareness of one's true self or true nature. What does that mean? Effortless awareness. Well, if I ask you, who are you? Effortlessly, you say that your name. Effortlessly, we know that we are the jiva. We are a conscious being. No meditation is required. When I say, what's your name? You don't say, let me meditate. It's effortlessly part of our nature. Similarly, the effortless awareness of our true nature is what meditation is. Now, the question is, what is our true nature? For that, you have to go through Sravana and Manana, the two steps. Both steps will lead us to understand. First, Sravana is to get the knowledge, understand. This is the avidya nibruti, ajnana nibruti. The second step is you churn that in your mind. That is the mananam, the reflection. That is sansaya nibruti, where doubts are cleared. Then the third step, we come to nitidhyasana, or the practice of meditation, where we try to address the viparita bhāvanā. Viparita bhāvanā is contrary thoughts. Intellectually, I think I know I am Brahman, I am Satchit Ananda, but then I say, I am upset today, I am worried about my child's education. There is the contrary thought. How can you be Satchit Ananda and you say, I am sad, I am upset? So to eliminate these contrary thoughts, we have this third step, nitidhyasana. And it's interestingly, just to make a passing remark, in Upadesasara, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, in 30 verses, he covers all 4 yogas. And in the part that he covers the Raja Yoga, he starts by saying, Vayu rodhanat liyate manaha jala pakkhivat rodha sadhanam. When you control your breath, then you become quiet. Because in the next verse, he says the mind and the breath are connected, like 2 sakhas, 2 branches of the same tree. Chittavayava chitkriyayuta sakhayor sakti mulaka. Chitta and Vayava, the mind and the pranas. One is kriya, its job is to kriya, and the other one is chit, consciousness. They are 2 branches of the same tree. By controlling one, we quieten the other. That is the part why we do this pranayama. But then he goes on saying, Vayurodhanat liyate manaha jala pakkhivat rodha sadhanam. Mind becomes quiet for a while, just like a caged bird in a net. But then it comes back. So how do we bring mind to a permanent, to all the time quiet? Laya vinasane ubhaya rodhane laya gatah puna bhavati nomrutam. So we temporarily quieten the mind by controlling the prana. But he talks about manonasa. How do we get rid of all the negative thoughts. Nasta manasa. So that's the side reference by Ramana Maharshi's. So the second part, meditation comes in two parts. First of all, there is practice of meditation. Then there is meditation. Viveka Chudamani does not address the first part. The practice of meditation is covered in many texts. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, Kaivalya Upanishad, find a place, quiet place, sit erect, your neck, spine, and head to be on a straight line, close your eyes. It goes through these instructions. But number one point to keep in mind, as we said in the abstract, meditation is not an action. It's not a verb. It's actually a noun. But to do the meditation, to practice of meditation appears like we are doing some actions. But if you think about it, these actions are actually to prevent some activities. For example, see, the mind does not like negative instructions. If I say, please don't think about anything except the monkey, the mind immediately starts thinking about the monkey. If I say you can think about anything except the fountain pen, now the mind will automatically go and think about the fountain pen. That's the nature of the mind. So therefore, our scientists, our rishis, came up with positive word construction as practice of meditation. When they say sit down, that's to prevent you from walking around. So that is to stop the action. When they say close your eyes, it is to prevent you from going outwards. The sense organs are being prevented in rushing out. When they say sit erect, perpendicular to the ground, it is to prevent you from sitting in parallel to the ground, like sleeping. No. So most of the actions are actually to stop other actions. So in a positive way, these are recommended as steps to meditation. These are all good. Upasana is good, chanting is good, japa is good, but these are all stepping stones. These are all stepping stones. And we have to go through this. So the two parts of meditation is to control the mind through these steps, quieten the mind. See, when they say make the mind thoughtless, I think that's almost impossible. It is almost like saying lightless sun. Sun and light, they go together. You can't talk about a sun without a light. So mind's nature is thoughts. Mind is flow of thought. That's the definition. So you cannot make mind thoughtless. The trick is to reduce number of thoughts and focus on a single thought. That is possible, but that's also hard. That is the steps we go through. So this is the approach. So the two steps, again, to remind you, meditation is effortless awareness of one's true nature. We have to repeat this sentence in our mind, effortless awareness. Some people use the word choiceless awareness, but I like the effortless awareness of one's true nature is called meditation. And the two steps, step one is the practice, how to control the mind. We have various techniques. And step two is to deploy, to engage the mind into thoughts of Brahman, into thought of the Supreme. And this thought is called Brahmakara Vritti. Brahmakara Vritti, thought of Brahman. So Viveka Chudamani is a wonderful text written 1200 years ago by none other than Adi Shankara. 581 verses. It covers the entire Vedanta. It is called a Prakarana Grantha, like a preliminary text, but its import is amazing. It's beautiful text, and a very large part of the text is deployed for Niti Dhyasana. Dhyana Bhyas, Niti Dhyasana is the third step. And what we are going to do, we are going to cover just 5 stanzas, there are 5 slokas, There are 168 slokas starting from 250 to verse number 481, 418. But the portion that we are going to talk about is specifically focused on meditation. And there are 17 slokas starting from 250. The first 4 are just preamble, attitude. Then there's a beautiful portion from 254 to 263. These 10 verses are just gems. Gurudev Sri Chinmayananji always focused on these 10 verses. This was his favorite, and he has given talks on this. So we'll cover part of that because of time. And then the last 3 verses are concluding verses. So there are 17 verses which addresses meditation. So now these verses, by the way, are not to be analyzed and is not supposed to go through deep scrutiny. The assumption is you have gone through all that. You have gone through the Sravana and Manana. You have the concepts in your mind. These are just verses to softly remind us our true nature, because again, effortless awareness of our true nature is called meditation. So let me see if I can share the slokas so that you can follow me. This is in the meter called Sardula Vikridita. It's a long meter. Mrutkaryam sakalam ghatadi satatam mrunmatram evahitam tadvat sajjanitam sadatmakamidam sanmatram evakhilam yasmat nasti satah param kimapi tat satyam sa atma swayam tasma tattvamasi prashantam amalam brahma dvayam yat param. Verse number 251. Beautiful meaning here. Mrut karyam sakalam ghatadis. Mrut is clay. The effect of clay, sakalam, all, entire. Ghatadi satatam, ghatadi, the pot, the jar, the glass. Satatam, always. Mrunmatra, it's only clay only. Eva ahitam, it's well understood. This concept is well known that all the various forms of clay is clay only. Vrutkaryam sakalam ghatadi satatam mrunmatra, clay only, eva ahitam. Similarly, tadvat, sat janitam, one that is born out of existence, sat. Sadatmakam idam, idam, here, everyone, this universe, it is the sat, it is the atmak, sanmatra, it's existence only, eva akhilam. Just like all the forms of clay are clay, all this creation, everyone is a creation from existence. Yasmat nasti satah param kimapitat. There is nothing other than this sat. Satyam sa atma swayam, that is our atma. Tasmat tattvamasi, you are that. Prasantam, you're calm. Amalam, untainted, pure. Brahma, Advayam, one without a second, non-dual, Yat Param, supreme. You are that. You are not the limited entity you think you are. You are infinity. You are Tattvamasi. That is the Mahavakya. When the teacher tells the Mahavakya that thou art, the student has to take it and churn through it, reflect on it, and then the teacher says, did you understand? The student says, Aham Brahmasmi. Yes, then when you internalize it, intellectually you understand, but you have to own it. You have to feel it. So that is this Mrutkaryam sakalam ghatadi satatam mrunmatrameva hitam tadvat sajjanitam sadatmakamidam sanmatrameva akhilam yasmat nasti satah param kimapi tat satyam satma swayam tasmat tattvamasi prasantam amalam brahmadvayam yat param. Now we go to the most beautiful part of the Viveka Chudamani, 10 verses. And these verses are again not to be overanalyzed, scrutinized, just listening to this. Let the words sink in. And all the 10 verses end with the same line, Brahma Tattvamasi Bhāvayatmani. And the last line basically says, Tat Brahma Tvamasi, you are that Brahman. And Atmani Bhavaya, you feel it. It is not intellectual understanding, but feel it. Bhavaya. Now, what is feeling? Feeling is the head plus the heart. Gurudev Sri Chinmayananda say, heart is actually mind plus intellect. When we love somebody, it is intellect plus the heart. Similarly, you have to feel it. So the approach will be chant, meditate, and feel. This is the 3 steps we are going to go through. We chant the verse, then we meditate the meaning of it, then we own it, we feel it. So we'll start with these 10 verses. All 10 verses end with the same line. The Chaturtha Pada is Brahma Tattvamasi Bhavayatmani. Now, Tat Brahma, who is this Brahma? That is described in the first 3 padas. What is the qualities of this Brahman that you talk about, that I am? Jati niti kula gotra duragam nama rupa guna dosa varjitam desa kala vishayati vartiyad brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. Tat brahma tvamasi, you are that Brahman. Feel it in your heart. Now, who is this Brahman? Jati niti kula gotra duraga, far away. This Brahman is far away from jati, caste, niti, creed, kula, family, gotra, lineage. It is far away from all this. Nama rupa guna dosa varjit. Nama rupa guna dosa varjitam. No name, form, guna dosa, qualities, defects, it is varjitam, it's beyond that. Desa kala visaya ativartiyat. Desa, space, kala, time, visaya, object, ativarti, beyond all this. These 3 are what is called limitations. Desa paricheda, kala paricheda, visaya paricheda, limited in space, limited in time. It is beyond that. That Brahman you are. Bhavaya Atmani. Feel it in your heart. Normally we go through the 10 verses, but here because of time, I'm going to just cover 4 out of 10. Let's go to the next one. Yat param sakala bhaga gocharam gocharam bimala bodha chakhyusaha suddha chid ghanamanadi vastu yat brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. Chant, meditate, and feel. Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. Feel it in your heart. You are that Brahman. So far, all you thought yourself, all the things you thought you are, have to be negated. You are that Brahman. You are that Suddha Chaitanya. Who is this Brahman? Yat param sakala bhag agocharam. This Supreme is beyond all the speech. sakala bhak agocharam. Speech cannot describe it. Even the name Brahman cannot describe Brahman. It is what we call. It is beyond words. Yat param sakala bhak agocharam. Then it says gocharam, but you can know it. How? Bimala bodha chakhyushaha. Through the eye of the wisdom, bimala bodha. That chakyu, that eye of knowledge, you can feel it, you can see it. Normal sense organs, you cannot reach there. Eyes cannot see. Speech cannot describe. Suddha chit, ghana, chit ghana. Chit ghana is a mass of consciousness, no break. Anadi, beginningless. Suddha, pure. Chit, ghana manadi, vastu yat. That Brahman you are, which is beyond the jati, niti, kola, gutra, kula, gotra, which is beyond name, form, and causation, who cannot be described in the normal speech by sense organs, but you can see it through your eye of knowledge, eye of wisdom. That Brahman you are. Feel it in your heart. See, there are 3 steps. You have abhāvanā, asambhāvanā, and viparita bhāvanā. Abhāvanā is what we address through Sravanam. By going through all this, if you still think that I have sorrow in my life, I'm an unhappy person, I get angry, that means you have not done enough Sravanam and Manana. Go back to those through steps. Next verse is beautiful verse. Again, these are all gems. Every verse is loaded with such meaning, and we have to own it. Someone said, first know it, K-N-O-W, then own it, O-W-N, then do it now, N-O-W. These are all play of words. Sadhvirur vivhira yogi yogi hridu bhavitam nakarain vibhavitam buddhya vedya anavadyam asti yad brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. Feel it in your heart. You are not the limited entity. You are Suddha Chaitanya. You are that Brahman. Sadhvirur urmibhi ayogi. There are 6 urmis. Urmi means waves. 6 waves of sorrow affect our life. What are the 6 waves of sorrow? The 3 pairs. First one is khyud and pipasa, hunger and thirst. Second pair is soka and moha, grief and delusion. And the third pair is jara, mrityu, old age and death. These are the 6 waves that impacts us. Ayogi, Brahman is not united. Yogi is united. Ayogi is not connected. Brahman is beyond this. All these variations affect the body. See, the 3 pairs deals with the jara and mrityu is annamaya kosha, the body. Khyut pipasa is the pranamaya kosha. And the soka moha is the manomaya kosha, the mind seed. So these are all what affects us, but Brahman is ayogi, unconnected. Yogi hrid bhavitam, but all the yogis meditate on this. Na karaneri bhavitam, not through the instruments, not through the sense organs. Buddhya avedya, the intellect cannot comprehend it. Anavadya, anavadya is unimpeachable, flawless. That is the Brahman, that you are. You are not this limited entity. You are not this sorrowful entity. You are that. You are that Brahman. Bhavaya Atmani, feel it. You can intellectually grasp it, but you have to feel it. You have to own it. We go to the next one, verse 258. Janma bruddhi parinyatya pakshaya vyadhinasana bihinam abhyayam Vishwasrushtya vabhighata karanam Brahma tattvamasi bhāvayatmani. Again, all the 10 verses, verse number 254 to 263, they all end with the same line, fourth line, Brahma tattvamasi bhāvayatmani. Feel in your heart, you are that Brahman, you are that infinity, you are that Suddha Chaitanya. Janma, Bruddhi, Parinati, Apakshaya, Vyadhi, Nasana. There are 6 things we go through, 6 modifications, 6 vikaras. In other words, we say asti jayate, vardhate, viparinamate, apakhyate, and vinashyati. Same thing, janma is birth, bruddhi is growth, parinati is maturity, apakhya is decay, vyadhi is disease, nasana is death. Vihina, Brahman is devoid of this, vihina. These things do not affect Brahman. They affect us. The body goes through this. Janma, Bruddhi, Parinati, Apakhya, Vyadhi, Nasana. Abhyayam, inexhaustible. That is who Brahman is. And see where he takes us. From there he says, Vishwa Srushti Abha Vighata Karanam. It's the cause of the world, Srushti, the creation. Abha is protection. Sahana Bhavatu, Abhatu Mam. Abhat Dhatu is protection or sustenance. So it is the cause of this creation of this universe, sustenance and dissolution of Vighata. From where he takes us to where? Look at this verse. First of all, he says, I am beyond the Janma, Bruddhi, Parinatya, Apakhya, Vyadhi, Nasana. Next, he jumps and takes us, I am the cause of the creation of the universe, the sustenance and the dissolution. That Brahman I am. Feel it in your heart. And I can go on. This is so beautiful. But I want to give you a feel for these verses. I'm sure all of you can go through this. But we are going to do something. We are going to actually practice for a few minutes what we just talked about. Once again, to remind you, 2 steps: control your mind via asana, pranayama, japa, etc., and engage the controlled mind in thinking of the Supreme. And Viveka Chudamani one more time addresses the second part, not the first part. And I don't have the rest of the verses, but this is all easily available. Just go to the internet, to Google. You just say Vivek Chudamani, you get the PDF, or if you have the book, and that's great. I'm sorry I didn't have the time to get all the verses. But again, I just wanted to introduce this and give you a feel for it. So now, let's put this into practice. All of you, please, wherever you are, sit down, sit erect. If you're sitting on a chair, let both your feet touch the ground. Sitting erect means your spine, neck, and head should be on a straight line. Now put your hands on your knees, lap. Softly close your eyes. We'll go through the steps of focusing the mind on the body, then prana, then we'll go through. I will chant the 10 verses as the part of the meditation. Now take a deep breath in, breathe out. Let the mind focus on your toes, on your feet, ankle, calf muscle, your knees, your thighs, your hips, waist. Relax your body. Be in a very comfortable position as your eyes are closed. Lower back, middle back, upper back, both shoulders, arms, hand, palm and fingers. Focus your mind on the neck, which is carrying the head. The two eyes, both ears, your forehead, and the top of the head. Now come back to your prana, your breathing. Take a deep breath in, hold it, and breathe out slowly. Incoming breath brings energy. Now your stomach, your belly bulges out while you are breathing in, and it goes back as you breathe out. Just observe it. It's called prana vikhyana. Now we can repeat your Ishta mantra, or we can just say Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. You can think of your heart, your Ishta Devata, Ishta mantra. The mind becomes very quiet. Now we do the 10 verses from Viveka Chudamani. I will chant it, just reflect on it. Jati niti kula gotra duragam nama rupa guna dosa varjitam desa kala visayati vartiyat brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani yat param sakala bhaga gocharam gocharam vimalabodha chakyusaha suddhachit ghanamanadi vastu yat brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani sadbhirurmibhira yogi yogi hrid bhavitam na karanairbhibhavitam buddhya vedya anavadyam asti yat brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani Bhranti kalpita jagat kalasrayam swastrayam cha sadasad vilakhyadam niskalang nirupamanavadiyat brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani janma vruddhi parinatya pakshaya vyadhinasana vihinamabhyayam Vishwasrustya bhavigata karanam brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani astaveda manapastalakshanam nistaranga jalarasi nischalam nityamukta abhibhakta murtiyat brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani एकमेव सदनेककारणं कारणान्तरनिरासकारणं कार्यकारणविलक्षणं स्वयं Brahma tattvamasi bhāvayatmani. Nirvikalpakanam alka aksharam. Yatkhyarakhyara vilakshanam param. Nityamaubhyaya sukham niranjanam. Brahma tattvamasi bhāvayatmani. Yad vibhati sadanekada brahma. Nama rupa guna vikriyatmana. Hemavat swayam vikriyam yatha. Brahma tattvamasi bhāvayatmani. Yachakastyana parat parat param. Pratyegaikarasamaatmalakshyanam. Satyachit sukham anantam auvyayam. Brahma tattvamasi bhāvayatmani. Brahma tattvamasi bhāvayatmani. Brahma tattvamasi bhāvayatmani. Chant, meditate, feel it. You are that Brahman. You are that Suddha Chaitanya. Your true nature is Satchit Ananda. So effortless awareness of our true nature is what is called meditation. Slowly come back to your breathing. Be aware of your body. And slowly you can open your eyes. One more time, we try to understand meditation is not an action. It is effortless awareness of our true nature. We went through a few verses of Viveka Chudamani that focuses on this. Brahma tattvamasi bhavaya atmani. And we put that into practice to get an experience of this. Gurudev Sri Chinmayananda always recommended that we remember these 10 verses, and in our daily meditation, we can quietly go through these verses as we reflect on our true nature. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Hari Om. Hari Om. Yes, Nandaji will answer the questions, correct? The request.
Yes.
So I request all the audience, whoever have some questions or comment. There is one comment already by Dr. Ram on the chat box. Some 3, 4, 5 comments are there together. Nandaji will answer your question.
Yes, I see. Mr. Ram has made 5 points just for the benefit of everyone. I'll go through them. Relaxation type of meditation, purpose is relaxation alone. 99% of the meditation in the Western world, as well as most people not in the religious or spiritual path, are seeking this type of meditation only. Correct. Concentration meditation, focus is on developing concentration. That is the dharana state. Expansion meditation, purpose is expansion of the mind. I'm not sure I understand that one. Value meditation, purpose is assimilation of values or sadgunas. Vedantic meditation, in which we assimilate teachings of Sravana and Manana that we acquire from Guru, This is the one Vedantic student thinks when she says is meditating. Yes, yes, some people call it Vedantic meditation. What we went through is that, yeah, we have gone through Sravana and Manana. We have understood, captured, eliminated doubts. Now it's a question of putting it into practice. And this is what we went through. Yes. As I said in the beginning, Ramji, meditation is mostly misunderstood. The kind of meditations you talk about in point 1, 2, 3, 4, value meditation, expansion meditation, concentration, I think everything boils down to they give us temporary relief, no question. Mind becomes quiet. Like, some of us have been doing Kriya for a long time, that is pranayam. And the question comes, when mind becomes quiet, what do you think about? Like just closing your mind and making it quiet doesn't work very well, because as I close my mind and sit down, all kind of thoughts come, especially the to-do list. What am I supposed to do today? And then they say, and don't resist it. If you resist, it persists. Okay, so those are steps, good steps to quieten the mind. Now, once the mind is quiet, what we went through is what you reflect on. You reflect on your true nature, and that is covered by Vedanta. That is your number 5, Vedantic meditation. Ashok Sonpalji says, can you please show the slides of the rest of the verses for us to take picture? As I said, unfortunately, I didn't have all the verses. I only covered the ones I was covering in this session. Please, it is easily available. It's not difficult. You can just online get access to it. Remember, this is verse number 254 to 263. These are the 10 verses we covered. Vivaji, Ravindra Murthy has raised his hand. Ravindraji, go ahead and unmute and ask.
Yeah.
Namaste, pranams, Shri Gandhi. Thank you for the wonderful session. My question is, in the ultimate analysis, meditation at the most basic unit involves a meditator, that is an individual, and then something that you are meditating upon, an object or whatever, a thought, whatever it may be. But as long as a meditator, that is an individual who identifies himself with a psychosomatic apparatus, remains, there is really, I would suggest that as long as there is the division between the meditator and a meditated upon is still prevalent in the mind of the sadhaka, if you will, I do believe there is really no union there. There's no yoga there. So would I be right in saying that even to say, you made a wonderful point of feeling that Brahman is not meditating, I am Brahmasmi, but to see that we are that eternal principle in which the thought of I am Brahmasmi is appearing. So that is just my little sharing on this forum.
No, I think
really welcome
yes.
your comments.
You make a wonderful point. Yes, we are trying to go from a lower state to a higher state. This is because our life revolves around nama, rupa, guna. This transactional world absorbs us so much. First of all, we have to elevate ourselves from that level. Now, on the ultimate analysis, if you go to the 8th limb, samadhi, I think of Ramakrishna Paramahansa ji. He's an amazing example where he transitioned between samadhi and the transactional world every day. He will be looking at a flock of birds flying over and he will faint. He will go into a trance. He will be giving a lecture to a room full of people, then suddenly he goes to samadhi. I think the distinction, as you described, has disappeared in him. But to reach that level, it's a long road. We are taking some baby steps to get to at least the step before all that, just to rise above the day-to-day anxieties, the sorrow that we think my life is sorrowful, I'm suffering, I'm this, I'm that. How can we just elevate ourselves that Atyantika Dukha Nibruti and Paramananda Prapti is the goal of Vedanta? We are just taking small steps to get to that point. But your point is very valid. Yes, ultimately the meditator disappears.
Thank you. And I just wanted to share that. And I would also submit that samadhi is not easily achievable by all. But however, Advaita Vedanta provides a wonderful prakriya that every single human being on the earth, looking at and just reflecting on the experience of dream, deep sleep, and wakeful state, and who is it that really experienced and who is it that really went into the so-called creation, that is reachable or within the grasp of every single human individual on this earth. And I would submit to you that samadhi is not a must for all, but just using our own day-to-day experience, one can cognize this. That is just my sharing on this forum.
Sure, sure. A rare few get to that state, samadhi. But I think you are right. By the way, meditation is not a state. I mean, this waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, avasthatraya viveka, we have studied that in Mandukya Upanishad. Meditation is not even a state. So first of all, I mean, we have to understand what meditation is not. It is that self, effortless awareness of our true self. If we can just achieve a little bit of that feeling, that internalizing it, owning it in our heart, I think we are making good progress. Thank you again for sharing.
Thank you.
Is Swamiji still here? I don't see Swamiji. He's here.
Few words. Yes, Swamiji.
I am here. Any other questions?
No, not right now. Swamiji can start.
I just wanted to submit that this was a very nice, balanced, comprehensive presentation. I especially enjoyed several things that Ranjan Das ji sprinkled in this presentation. KNOW, know it, OWN, own it, and do it now, NOW. All the letters of KNOW used in different sequences give out a nice meaning. I also appreciated how you were paying attention to certain words. Ava, many may not know, but Ranjan ji clarified. Ava means to protect. And he gave other examples, Sahana Bhavatu, and so on. And reciting all the 10 shlokas and also helping the participants pass through or go through or experience that exercise. All these were certainly very wonderful aspects of this presentation. It's so nice. And we look forward to having more webinars from you, Ranjan ji. I now request Vibhaji to express. She has been coordinating and organizing all these webinars. Want her to say 2 words. Over to Vibha Chaitanya.
Hari Om. Nanji, it was like when you were chanting these verses, I went to that Sandipani ashram. It was this. We were also told,
Very good.
And Swamiji, you said that
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
We also have
Anyway.
stopped.
Yeah, kind of. Yes. Anyway. Yeah,
We can't hear you, Vibhaji. Somebody's voice is coming. Please mute your phone, Vibhaji.
Hariom, can you hear me?
Now we can hear you. Thank you.
Yes.
Nanji, you had taken me to my Sandipani days, that time of 1998, 2000, where Swamiji used to teach us this and we used to meditate, and he taught us many types of meditation, as you said in starting, that there are so many types of meditation. Really, this class was so marvelous, I say. And really, it took us on the different realm of, consciousness. And especially you said that in 2 steps you can move the practice and then inquire your thought of Brahman, or to be nist in the Brahman. And that you say that what the definition, simple definition of meditation which you gave, it's an effortless awareness. That I really felt it very good, that it's so true. This is the fact, that it is that meditation, as you said, it is not a state, that also we agree to it. It is not a verb, it's not an action, but you slide to it. And that's what you have said, that effortless, because in effort there's no, means when there's effort, there's no sliding. This like effortless awareness is meditation. Nanji, we really thank you so much. And very soon we are going to call you again. Be ready for it. Within some few months, we'll try to call you back. Really, every time we have enjoyed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vibhaji. Thank you.
Any other questions from anyone?
Any comments from anybody? Swamiji, just for your information, we have Swetaji's brother from Bhubaneswar, Arunji from Delhi, a number of people you know, my brother from Orissa, so a lot of them have attended. A sister, yeah.
Yes, I noticed some of the names. Yeah, in the list of participants, even on my mobile, their names show. Yes.
Yeah, every time I'm in India, they don't have a choice. They have to come wherever I am at 6 o'clock in the morning and go through this meditation and satsang. So that has become a routine. And thanks to you, Swamiji.
Welcome, welcome.
Okay, we'll take leave now.
Thank all
Thank
the
you.
participants. So
Yeah.
actively everyone participated. Thank you so much. Hari Om.